Hi, it's Marie here. Welcome to Acrylic Painting Tutorials. How are you? I hope you are all well and enjoying your paintings. Today, I'm painting a palm tree seascape, and I hope you can paint along with me. I'm using a canvas panel board for my painting. You can also use a mixed media paper or a mixed media pad that are okay for acrylic painting. The colours I'm using today: cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, cream, yellow, white, a green, a mid-green, raw sienna, tan, burnt umber, a brown, black, and black. The brushes I'm using: a large flat, medium angle, a small angle, a small fan brush, and a large fan brush, also a fine liner brush. Although I have these brushes ready, I may not use all of them, and you can always use the brushes that you feel most comfortable painting with. I've loosely sketched in the trunk of the palm tree, just to get the position right. We can add in the leaves later. I've also drawn in the horizon line about 2/3 of the way down the panel board. This painting will be a simple painting, mostly focusing on the palm tree shape. Okay, so let's get started. Using a mix of cobalt blue and a touch of white, and using the large flat brush, I start at the top of the painting and paint in the sky, just going from left to right across the sky with the brush strokes. It's okay if it's a bit streaky, as that will add interest to the sky. I add in more white paint to create a lighter blue as we near the horizon line, as the sky always gets lighter along the horizon line. Okay, now for the water. Using ultramarine paint and a large flat brush, I paint in the water, going from side to side with the brush strokes. The seawater is darker at the horizon line, and also gets lighter and brighter near the sand or the land area. So I add a touch of white and a touch of cobalt blue as we get closer to the beach. To add the clouds, I use a smaller, softer brush with white paint. I'm just going to add a few soft white fluffy clouds at the top of the sky, and also thin, wispy clouds across the sky. Moving back to the water, we can add a few streaks across the water, and this gives the impression of small waves or ripples. Moving onto the sand, and using a medium flat brush, I paint in the sand, using cream and white paint. As I paint, I let the colours vary on the canvas to create a more natural sandy look. Moving back to the sky, and using a soft brush, adding more white, I enhance the fluffiness to the clouds. Then onto the water, I add a few streaks and shadows across the water to represent ripples or small waves. Then, using my small angle brush and cream, I paint in the palm tree trunk. I'm just painting in the shape of the trunk. Adding more details to the tree trunk, using my small angle brush with a mix of cream and grey, I paint in the highlight details on the trunk where I think the light is highlighting the trunk of the tree. Then, with a mix of dark grey and black, I paint in the darker markings on the trunk of the tree, and also the shadow areas. Moving on to the sand area, using a small fan brush and a mix of cream and white, I start to add the impression of a sandy texture to the beach. I'm tapping the different shades onto the sand to add a sandy texture. I also add darker shadows and grasses near the tree trunk to add shading and interest. Now to add the palm tree fronds or leaves. Using my liner brush and dark green, I paint in the center line of each frond or leaf. These don't need to be equally spaced out as they blow about in the wind anyway in nature. Then, using my small fan brush and a mid-green colour, I add the feathery shaped fronds. I also add darker shade of green in the center to add shadows and a lighter shade of greens near the end of each font to add highlights and shadings. To add interest, I've also added a few clumps of grasses and also shadows and shading onto the sand and around the base of the tree. Okay, just a few final details. Using the small fan brush, I add small white ripples to the sea on the sand, and also some sparkles to the sea water. Also, I add more highlights to the palm tree trunk, and also I add highlights to the palm tree fronds. Okay, that's it. I have now finished my tropical beach palm tree painting. I hope you have enjoyed watching the painting process. And I do hope you have a go at painting this tropical beach and palm tree painting. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. If you have enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. See you soon with my next painting. Take care everyone. Bye for now.